Caitlin Clark and her foundation have found themselves in the headlines again, and this time it's for all the right reasons. In a league often dominated by drama, debates, and heated rivalries, Caitlin reminded the world what true leadership looks like. While the WNBA navigates contract talks and off-season uncertainty, she made waves for something far greater than basketball: compassion. Her foundation quietly dropped a staggering $300,000 donation to local food banks, funding over 3 million meals for families in need. It wasn't a flashy move, nor a publicity stunt. It was purpose in motion. The kind of quiet power that redefines what greatness really means. What made this moment extraordinary was not the dollar amount, but the timing and sincerity behind it. The WNBA offseason was drowning in tension as collective bargaining talks teetered on the edge of a potential lockout. Fans were restless, headlines were negative, and speculation filled every corner of social media. But while the league was negotiating behind closed doors, Caitlin was out in the open, signing autographs for kids, taking time for every fan, and proving that humility and heart still have a place in professional sports. Then, out of nowhere, her foundation's announcement hit the public like a breath of fresh air in a suffocating atmosphere. 3 million meals provided to families across the Midwest. The timing couldn't have been more poetic. In a season where everything seemed uncertain, Caitlin Clark gave people something real to believe in again. It wasn't just the number that stunned fans, it was the way she did it. The Caitlin Clark Foundation didn't make the donation in front of cameras or hold an elaborate press event. It came from a simple initiative that started months earlier. Partnering with Hy-Vee, her team launched a Round Up Your Purchase campaign at checkout counters. A few cents at a time, customers helped build what became a $300,000 donation to Feeding America. Every penny went straight to food banks, no middlemen, no PR fluff. Just action. That quiet integrity set Caitlin apart from the noise of modern celebrity. While others compete for attention, she competes to make an impact. The power of her gesture reached far beyond sports. Social media lit up with praise as fans, analysts, and even rival players called her the real MVP off the court. Many noted that while others chase fame, Caitlin chases purpose. Videos of her greeting children, signing worn-out basketballs, and encouraging young fans resurfaced, reminding everyone that she doesn't just talk about kindness, she lives it. One clip from a local Iowa event went viral. A young girl nervously holding a basketball told Caitlin she wanted to be like her someday. Caitlin smiled, knelt down, and replied, "You already can be." That single moment captured why her story resonates so deeply. She's not a distant star. She's someone who turns inspiration into action. The $300,000 donation wasn't her first act of generosity either.
The Caitlin Clark Foundation has been quietly building momentum since its launch in 2023, focusing on 3 pillars: education, nutrition, and sport.
From donating 22,000 books to schools through a partnership with Scholastic, to distributing Nike backpacks filled with supplies, to funding safe play spaces for children, every move has been intentional, personal, and deeply impactful. Each act ties back to one belief: every child deserves access to opportunity, to hope, and to the tools to dream bigger. That's why Caitlin's work feels different. It's not about checking boxes or collecting applause. It's about filling gaps that she once saw firsthand growing up in Iowa. Her mission is rooted in empathy. Caitlin has often spoken about how she noticed classmates coming to school hungry or struggling to afford basic supplies. Those memories shaped her understanding of what it means to give back. She knows the power of a helping hand, and she's determined to be that hand for someone else. So when she said, "Nutrition is essential to every child's growth and success," it wasn't a soundbite, it was lived truth. She understands that when a child has food, they have focus, energy, and confidence. She's not just feeding stomachs. She's feeding dreams. But in today's digital age, even good deeds face cynicism. Some critics online tried to dismiss her donation as a PR move. Others claimed she was being overpraised because of her popularity. Yet the backlash was swiftly drowned out by waves of support. Fans and fellow athletes clapped back, pointing out that Caitlin's philanthropy started long before her WNBA fame. This wasn't a marketing strategy. It was a continuation of who she's always been. The louder the critics got, the more obvious it became. Caitlin didn't need to defend herself. Her actions spoke for her. She stayed silent, confident, and steady, letting the results do the talking. And in a world obsessed with statements, That silence was powerful. Her influence, however, extends far beyond her personal reputation. Caitlyn's actions have become a symbol of what the WNBA could stand for at its best. For years, the league has wrestled with internal tension and image challenges. Too often, the focus drifts toward controversy instead of community. Caitlyn's $300,000 donation shifted that narrative entirely. It reminded fans and league officials alike that leadership doesn't always roar. Sometimes it gives quietly. Her compassion didn't just uplift families, it elevated the entire league's image. Sponsors, media outlets, and new fans took notice. Suddenly, the WNBA wasn't trending for conflict, it was trending for kindness. That's the kind of influence that lasts. And just as the league needed hope, Caitlyn delivered it. Her donation came during one of the most uncertain times in WNBA history, when financial tensions and public perception were at their lowest. Yet she didn't respond with frustration or ego. She responded with generosity. While others argued over contracts, she focused on communities. While others waited for a resolution, she created one for families struggling to eat. That's the kind of leadership that can't be manufactured. It's the quiet, steady kind that changes things from the ground up. As the year moves forward, Caitlin Clark's foundation continues to expand, with schools, corporations, and local governments now lining up to collaborate. Her story proves that one athlete's heart can have a ripple effect strong enough to reach millions. In a sports world overflowing with ego and excess, she's building something far more enduring, a legacy rooted in kindness, integrity, and purpose. Because long after the final buzzer sounds, people won't just remember how many points she scored. They'll remember how many lives she touched. Caitlin Clark didn't just redefine what it means to be an athlete. She redefined what it means to lead, with humility, with courage, and with compassion. Her $300,000 donation wasn't about headlines. It was about hope. And in an era where so many chase the spotlight, Caitlin proved that sometimes the brightest light comes from those who shine it on others. So what do you think? Has Caitlin Clark just set a new standard for athletes everywhere? Should more players follow her lead and use their platform for something bigger than the game? Let's talk about it in the comments below. And if you believe stories like this deserve to be told, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more inspiring stories, and share it to keep the message of compassion alive.